That should definitely make the edit.
That definitely can't make the edit. We have kids watching.
Along with anything else that goes on the coach, stays on the coach.
Yeah.
Or when you get a bit older and you can hear all this kerfuffle going on outside. I got him to come up. When Robert went home, we'd come up, cut holes in it all over the place. The biggest mistake, one of the biggest mistakes you'll ever make on it if you're a bonfire person.
Just for context here, we are talking about our president. I don't know.
You can't paint him as a liar.
Well, I am.
Okay. Can you elaborate at all on the formation of the convicts? Any more than Dave did. He gave us a bit of a...
I actually can.
In the summer.
Next year, Riggers, who will you be lining up for? On which side?
Into the car, trying to drag him in, and then him just climbing out the side, over me out the other side. Like, this isn't working very well. You know, and then he got arrested, and they took him to the cell. He had to spend there the overnight in Rye. And
I thought you made him.
Maybe I did. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I do like upsetting people.
think, well, it's got to be the bowler hat's going to be sacrificed tonight, I'm afraid.
I
wonder how leak-free these are.
Will Riggers' episode be the following episode after Shelley and Max?
This is welcome to episode 8 of Guy Talks. We are rolling and we are leaving all of that in.
Yeah, because I'm thinking
Why? What, not all the
with
bits I've just been saying, surely.
the release of the episodes, we are now officially in Bonfire Week. If this gets released this week,
it has to be now, then, doesn't it? I don't know what the schedule is. I haven't got a brain that works like that.
will be after Ninfield.
Yeah.
So now we're now in Bonfire Week, unless we don't release any before Battle.
Right. Well, we definitely will. My plan will come to fruition.
Leave all this in the edit because they like to see how we discuss as the podcast.
People love the behind the scenes.
They love behind the scenes. I've got no questions for the second episode.
Yeah, once again, Andy's come prepared.
That should definitely make the edit.
I definitely can't make the edit. We have kids watching. Welcome, Riggers, as you are known.
Yes.
And Anthony Rigby.
That is correct.
That is your
Not
real
many
name.
people call me that.
I'm going to start because Andy's got no questions prepared. I will ask.
Fair enough.
When did you join Battle Bonfire Boys?
Well, after trawling through many a photograph, I'm not going to pin it down to an exact year, but we think it's 83.
Right.
It could be 82 because I don't quite remember the procession of 82, but I think I might have been a member at 82, but definitely 83 because the picture in the on the Bonfire website shows me walking in front of the effigies.
Right.
So I was definitely chainmailed up in 1983.
And what age would you have been?
15, 16.
Right. Okay. Cool. So you joined 15, 16. You got straight involved?
I was very lucky because Max Blackman's son was in my form at school.
Right.
So I wanted to join Bonfire, and there's a guy sitting there.
Yeah.
His old man was like the effigy maker. I thought, I really want to get involved in this. I've been trying for years and years and trying to find a way of getting in because I didn't really know anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is the way in.
And it definitely was, yeah. And you never looked back since.
Because lots of them, when they're the older members telling their stories, your name is always prominent, Riggers. You seem to have been there or thereabouts in all of these stories that I keep hearing.
Well, they can't be that interesting if
I remember...
I at the library.
There's a story that my dad used to tell about they missed the Robertsbridge coach. And... for some reason, I think you got the blame for it, but I don't know why. Because when I say to Colin, well, hang on, was Riggers walking home with you from Robertsbridge? He sort of says, well, I can't remember. You'll have,
No, the coach left because Tiny asked it to leave. He left with everybody still drinking and celebrating in the club.
Brilliant.
And we all sort of wandered out. Your coach went ages ago.
So you was with them?
Yes. I didn't walk back, though. I was very lucky. I was there with Phil Bircham, who used to run Vulcan Fireworks, so I got a lift home. So, but, yeah, I would have been one of the many walking home if I had just been...
Dad, he says so many times, like when he walking along the A21 back home, and you can sort of look out to the right across Mountfield, I guess, across that way. And Dad used to say he remembered it was a bitterly, bitterly cold night, and Dad's best friend, Gary Champion, which is Stephen White's uncle,
Right.
my godfather, he turned to Dad and went, "Oh, I don't know about you, Mick." He says, "But it's a lovely view across there." And my dad always remember Dad saying, he almost couldn't answer him because his teeth were chattering. We're talking, past sort of midnight, 1 a.m, I think, walking on the A21 to get over
there was
for
no
battle.
trains or no nothing. and I think Robert, aka Tiny, was like one of the only people on the coach. And still to this day cannot figure out how the coach driver went, "Is that
absolutely
everybody?"
classic.
Yeah.
And he, yes, from the back.
A couple of years ago, Riggers, at Rye, didn't you, Bill and Ronnie, get quite close to missing the Rye coach on the way home due to a kebab shop?
Yeah,
or?
we were very, very close. I wasn't ordering any food, which is even more annoying. Is about those two were sat in there ordering food. They'd ordered, and I was saying, "Well, the coach is going to go." And they go, "Well, we've ordered food."
Just for context here, we are talking about our president.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like the sucker. I'd stayed behind. I thought if there's two staying, all the old farts will be staying. I thought they won't leave the president.
I think the
He had
coach
to fend for himself.
done a loop.
Yeah, I think it
literally-
did. Yeah,
you
I
must have been
remember
on
it. Yeah, I was on it. Yeah, I do remember it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we weren't on it when it did the loop, obviously, but yeah, we were very grateful for that.
The coach.
We couldn't leave without the oldies.
No, all the oldies. Yeah, I mean, we literally are the three oldest members.
It was
that
nice
go out. There's not
on
many
Saturday to have the coach again, because it
was nice, yeah.
You're all together, all the society members. Well, not all the society members, but a lot
more.
of
Best
us.
thing about bonfire coaches.
It
Yeah,
is, isn't
it
it?
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's such a shame that A, we can't get them anywhere, and B, they're just so expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
I know, but I was so pleased that Saturday's coach had a toilet on it.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. I'm sitting at the back, and I'm like, Louise, and I get really, when I really need a wee, I get angry. I just need to calm down. But it was the longest journey to Hastings ever.
It did take
because we went
yeah.
to Robertsbridge via London and back again, and then on the way to Hastings, and then I think it was whoever was sitting in front of me. I think it was Chris or Rob said, "Well, there's a toilet down here." I was like, "No, there's not." I got up and there was. Rob locked me in there, wedged the banner against the door.
Classic Rob
classic,
Morris.
Classic coach trips, though. Classic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coach
brilliant
trips.
though.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Memories being created there.
Yeah, that's not my.
You'll tell that
fondest memory.
story on a podcast
Probably
in
will.
40 years'
Yeah.
time.
Well, if I'm invited back.
So you'll be this side, and one of the junior members will be
Yeah.
interviewing you,
Yeah,
and
did
you'll
you
be like
get locked
me.
in the Hastings toilet in the coach?
Yeah.
In the toilet on the coach, I did.
Along with anything else that goes on the coach, stays on the coach.
Yeah. What about your bowler hat then, Riggers?
Unfortunately, because that was part of my outfit, they had to come off, be cleaned out, and recycled for the following year. I can't even remember which bonfire that was actually.
Because Brian was telling me on Tuesday, it used to be a £50 fine
Yeah.
if you wonked up on the coach.
Yeah, soilage charge.
Did you get it?
No, because
it was your hat that you wonked up in.
They didn't make a mess of the coach. It's a cleaning cost, isn't it? Well,
Yeah.
who do I sue for cleaning my hat myself?
Exactly,
I'll
yeah.
happily forfeit that.
We have had-
£50 was a lot of money them days.
We've had somebody be sick in a hat a few years ago now. It might have been pre-COVID, but I remember somebody was
Really?
sick in a hat. Yeah. I won't name them. But,
I think I know who it was.
So are you battle-born and bred, Riggers?
No,
You're
I'm
from
not.
a neighbouring...
I'm from Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but I was very young when we came down. I was only about 18 months old.
Ah, so you don't
Not
know
really.
no
I mean,
different
but
in
technically
terms
not
of...
born and bred, as they say.
No,
so
I'm with you.
Yeah,
But you don't, in terms of bonfire, you know no different.
no at all. We moved to a flat in the high street. Dad took a job running his own betting office. He was a bookmaker, and so we're in the high street. And obviously, being very young, didn't know anything about it. And then, sort of, when you get a bit older, and you can hear all this kerfuffle going on
Yeah.
outside,
It's a good word to describe it. Yeah.
and we get, what is that? And they were like, oh, we don't want to get involved in that.
So you're
Yes, I do.
from your family, Riggers, the only person to have got involved in the
Yeah.
bonfire. Ah,
Nobody likes it at all. My brother came and marshalled for a few years on the
Right.
green with me with his son. So they came and helped out when we were a bit desperate when we were on the green. And they let them come and marshal when we were
Yeah.
looking for marshals. But yeah, my dad said to me, "You'll grow out of that eventually."
and you never
And I
have.
haven't
Maybe
yet.
you will.
Yeah, maybe I will. I've still got a few years to go, so I may actually grow out of it. But
I don't think you will, Riggers.
I'm beginning to
I think
struggle.
you're wedded for
I don't
life
think I
to the
can.
bonfire now.
Well, it is. It is. It's the eye sort of wedded. It's like,
Well, I've written down here, you as a long-standing member, you are a shoo-in for life membership, aren't you? Is that something you've considered?
I haven't really given it much thought, to be honest with
I've
you.
given it a lot of thought of people that I would give life membership to, and I think you
I
may be
wouldn't
at the top of the list.
turn it down.
Yeah, no, that's a
I
fair
mean,
comment.
42 years, whatever it is, a long time to dedicate yourself to a cause.
It is a long
isn't
stint.
it? Yeah, because there is lots of, as I say, there's lots of photos of you. I saw a photo of you the other day actually with Ron. I believe you was torch making, but you was young, Riggers.
Is that the one with the cigarette in my mouth?
I think it was.
Yeah, that was one of the torch tipping. I think it was my first torch tipping. I think it was. And first went and get initiated by.
So you have done nearly everything.
Yeah.
Torch making, torch dipping,
Yeah.
firework crew, which
Yeah.
you are now.
Yeah, part-time fire crew.
British champion.
Yeah, British champion. We're part of the infamous team that went down in 24 to come back from
Infamous team.
obscurity to British champions.
And
Big stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
building the bonfire, Riggers.
I did a little bit when I was younger. When I first started, I say, as the younger years. Yes, I obviously been involved with the Blackmans. We used to do a lot of work. Obviously, I ended up then picking up the faggots, the slab wood on the Friday, loading up, going to get the centre pole on the Saturday morning. It's all sorts. Jack of all, bit of a tucker of my day. But obviously, I had the 4.5 ton Bedford lorry to drive around in. A little bit easier.
We could almost make a set thing, couldn't we? Like a set that you got. Well, not that you got to, but have they completed the set? So like the firework crew, torch making.
You could do it with badges, couldn't you?
bonfire making. I have
Like scouts.
only completed the firework crew side of things. I done
Well, we-
torch making. I don't think I haven't done.
We haven't
No, I haven't
touched
done
on
torch making.
effigies, and you've mentioned Max Blackman a couple of times,
Yeah.
and that era of effigies. They
Oh,
are. I
yes.
mean, a lot of people's favourites, as they mention on here. They say their favourite effigies.
One of the things that drew me to it, really. Obviously, I'm a bit of a pyro freak with it as well, so I love the noise.
Yeah.
Obviously, going back into the 80s and that, you didn't have the colourful efforts we got this day and age, but it was just mainly like all the bangs. I presume they were still, when I was even younger, they were letting off battle rousers.
Yeah.
But it was just sort of like, you got these people in weird dresses, as you call it, all dressed up, walking down the high street, just throwing fireworks at each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And then you walk around the green, and then you used to watch them walk around the green, and then there's this massive paper mache thing that just sort of went, wow.
Yeah.
And
How
you
do
got
I
in.
get
You got
involved
involved in helping
Yes,
to make those.
I'd obviously got to know a few people from school that were part of it, so I sort of tapped them up to see to, and then I realised it was like, well, Max's son's in your form group at school. It was multi-year then. So I thought, yeah, so I knew him in any case. So, yeah, I got involved there, and I didn't really help out the first year, the 1066 one. I didn't do much on, but I went down and had a look at it, and I'm pretty certain it was the Guy Fawkes the year before I did go down and have a look at. But the following year, which was, I think, the Scargill and Thatcher one, I was fully
Yep.
involved in that. That was...
So when you say fully involved, Riggers, you mean with the building of it?
Yep, from the get-go. From literally from day one, part of the planning, not having any planning because Max planned everything, you had no
Yeah.
say. But from the word, yep, we get the wood, we're going to just drive over to Etchingham to get the wood.
Right.
You know, the one by there used to be a wood yard by the train station. Just drive over there, pick the wood up, and then we'd go back and drop it in the old shed. And from there we would make
it
these
together.
wonderful things.
Yeah.
Well, they were incredible.
Did he like designed it? Did he on a
Yeah,
piece of paper?
Yeah, it was all 2 or 3 sketches we used to have, all there with the framework behind it. So you used to have a drawing with a framework on it,
Yeah.
and an overlay of what he was putting on it.
I find every effigy incredible because I can never, because obviously we've seen some of the designs of like even this year's effigy, some of the ideas, and I look at when people come up with an idea of the effigy, and I just think, but how do you even start?
How do
I've
you
got
start?
no idea. I'm absolutely rubbish. I don't mind helping build. I'm not artistic at all. I can nail bits of wood together where I'm told, put the chicken wire on it, etc. Paper mache, love paper mache.
Yeah.
And then painting was like, no, I can do the base coat, but obviously somebody has got an idea. I've got no idea.
Because a lot of the like the moulding, I know, Ed, that you have done some moulding.
Some sculpting, yeah.
Sculpting on
a little
shoes.
bit with the chicken wire.
So so you do it with the chicken wire,
yeah.
and not the paper mache.
Yeah, you can't do a lot of moulding with the paper mache because it
it's
doesn't
just,
set quick enough and
right.
it's too wet. You build your structure. Well, you build the structure with the timber, then you do your chicken wire shapes, and then you tuck your paper mache in, and then the second layer is just smoothing it out.
Of chicken wire, do you mean just pushing the netting?
So you know it comes on a roll, so you can cut that roll, so you only have like a 150mm semicircle. You can use that as the bridge of a nose, for example.
I'm with you.
And then you tuck that into the chicken wire, and then that bit sticks out. Then you make your your eye sockets,
and then you just paper mache around it.
Yeah,
you sit there in awe when you watch.
And that largely Riggers how it was done years ago as well.
Exactly the same. I mean, we obviously Max we used to predominantly do like a box, so from the shoulders down. And then obviously that was where you put all your fireworks, but he would be incorporating the fireworks into the design.
Right.
So you wouldn't be messing around as I have done in the past with effigies, because he'd be going, well, we've put all this wood in here for fireworks to go onto.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, oh, how have you thought of all of this?
Because essentially it has to, the fireworks have to like escape it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, like come out or whatever they do.
Yeah, it has
and
to
then
have an
obviously
open top to a point.
the idea is to blow it up.
Yeah.
To make sure that the paper mache and it looks like we've blown whoever it is.
See, I didn't know any of that when Matt asked me to come and help. I just thought, we're making an art project basically, and then it was Matt and Caitlin that were talking right when the design was done. They're like, right, we're going to do this here, this there, and talking about where the fireworks were going to come out from the very beginning. And it's only through that process thinking like, you've got to be thinking about that. It's lucky that they weren't relying on me to do that, because I would have had no idea. I would have put a lid on it, and think that's the right. I want to make it look as much like what I'm trying to make it look like as possible.
Yeah, we used to leave them open backed, obviously, so you can climb inside. So they weren't fully enclosed. So you'd have a back that we just used to stick a bit of hardboard over once we got everything in. So you could pretty much, on Max's ones, you could climb in them. They were actually so user friendly.
Really?
It was absolutely ridiculous how you could work your way around inside them. And you just think, and then when he stopped doing it and we went up to Lawrence's and we had, I think Robert Stairmost was the first one to come in. You're sitting there and he's got these wonderful plans of how he's going to do it. And you say, well, I need access. And he's going, well, what for? And I went, well, where do you think the fireworks go in?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I haven't really designed it for... I mean, the dinosaur's the classic one. I mean, I think you said that was Alice's...
I remember
I was going to say...
looking at that on pictures, I thought to myself, what did it look like going up?
Obviously the back of that wasn't open.
Well, I've got quite a few photographs of that one. That's basically from the ground up. I've got tons of photographs of that one.
Yeah.
But it was sort of like, you can't really build this. It looks absolutely wonderful, but I can't put fireworks in it. How am I supposed to get into it?
Yeah.
So we eventually got a little bit into the body, and I said, well, I need access to the head. Well, the head was so intricate, there was no access at all for it.
You have to damage it to put anything in,
Well, no, he said once he was painted, he said, I don't want you damaging it. And I was going, okay, fair enough. So, but the good thing about that was at the time I had a young friend called Daniel Vidler, and now he was quite a good little artist, and he was helping out with Robertsbridge. So I got him to come up. When Robert went home, we'd come up, cut holes in it all over the place.
Oh.
Put all the fireworks in it, rebuild it, and he would repaint it.
Wow, that's an exclusive.
So we would sort of go in there,
Tawkes exclusive,
break it to pieces, and he'd come back, look at it the next day. Oh, well, you've done quite a lot. You haven't done any damage to it. I'm impressed with that.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't noticed.
Wow, so you had to go a little, sneaky squirrel on it.
Always a bit of sort of like cloak and dagger stuff going on sometimes when you've got people that have, I mean, you couldn't fault the design of that at all. I think one of the nicer ones that was built out of the Max era. But you think to yourself, how do you want to put fireworks in it?
Yeah.
And then it went horribly wrong as well when I lit it. So
what, the T-Rex did?
it went horribly wrong.
Oh. I would have been That was in the 90s, wasn't it? The T-Rex.
Yes, that was. Oh, blimey,
Yeah.
90 something.
You so did you help the Saddam Hussein one, Riggers?
Yes, that's.
You remember that very well as well.
That is one of the best ones ever.
Because lots of people pick it, don't they?
They do, yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic. I mean, Max actually. Well, I think it was more one of my favourites because there was a lot of people I knew involved in it that came down to help, and Max for once had actually listened to somebody's idea because it's got Hussein, Hussein the word, and he actually went for it. Normally, he wouldn't. Anybody else's ideas would just get
brushed
away, no chance.
Yeah.
It's hard in an artistic endeavour like that to share.
Yeah,
which I found difficult with the effigy.
But yeah, that was the year because we'd missed 1 year. We didn't do 1 year. I think the 91 or 89 one, the Batman one. Max didn't do that one, so I went to work at Vulcan Fireworks on bonfire night, and regretted every minute of sitting in a damp, horrible field. Well, it was actually Ruislip Lido. I remember it like yesterday, with about 4 fireworks, a walkie-talkie. And
do you reckon that's the only bonfire you've missed, Riggers?
Yes, it was the only time I missed it, and it was. Yes, I won't go anymore. It's the biggest mistake, one of the biggest mistakes you'll ever make on it if you're a bonfire person.
Do you know, interesting thing, I don't mind admitting it to the podcast, it's laughable, but sometimes I get these nightmares that I'm missing a bonfire.
Wow.
And on Saturday, Chris or Luke would tell you, we'd gone to play golf in the morning, and bearing in mind, what did the coach leave at 6:15?
Yeah.
We was on the golf course at midday with 2 holes to play, and we was all rushing to the point that we wasn't even playing the shots properly. We just picked the ball up in the end because I was getting so fidgety that I would not make the coach. So I've got home and we're sitting in the bar and I'm having a few drinks and they're like, "You're not calmed down yet?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't." And I said to Chris, "I know it's ridiculous that it's 1:30, 2 o'clock, whatever the time is." I said, "But I've got to go and get in my costume." So as soon as I got in my costume, I sat down. All of a sudden, I was like, I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
So to miss a bonfire, Riggers, I can imagine.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, to get paid, to get the opportunity to go and work for a firework company the first time ever, you sort of...
was amazing.
You think, I'll go and do it, but the stipulation was it had to be like that weekend because that's when they were busy. And it was a gut-wrenching decision, but obviously I was easily led when I was younger, so I bit that cherry and went and hated every single minute of that night.
But you learn from it. You'll never do it again.
I know.
So.
I did see my first 12-inch shell though that weekend.
Really?
Yes.
Quite an experience.
Yes, that was a really good experience.
Brian, I'm sure it was a 12-inch. It was. He was telling me the other day. We never when I was in the firework crew, nothing that big got fired. But he said they used to like sit in the tube, and he said it was almost like a witch's cauldron before it left, like the glow in the tube, and then boom.
Oh, I loved watching the tubes glow. That is the best.
Yeah.
When you've watched as many firework displays, you do, like Ed's touched on before, they are a bit samey. And you looking for something different, and I'm sitting there watching. I just love watching the tubes.
I always find myself. I don't know whether that's during my time in the firework crew. I always looking at because at Robertsbridge you can see the fire site where we are in the societies. You can see them leaving the tubes. I love it. I'm not bothering to seeing what they're doing up in the air. But it's just a phenomenal experience.
Well, we used to obviously, now it's all electric, we used to be all hand fire. All manual fire, head over the tube, sort of thing, panicking.
But you stuck with it when it went over to electric. You didn't.
Yes, I mean, I did dabble a couple of times. But I think we did one effigy on the green personally, electric. Max had done one as well, so we were going back into the 80s. He'd done an electric one. This is all then hardwired. You haven't got all this remote stuff.
No,
this was all hardwired in. And I did a couple on the ground when we did the ground show in the Abbey. I did a few electric ones there, but because it was all hardwired, it was a lot more work.
Yeah.
A lot more work than hand firing.
Which do you prefer then, riggers?
Oh, I've got to be hand firing,
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
I know.
There's
I
nothing,
know.
nothing,
Because
nothing.
there's nothing like it,
No,
is there?
nothing like it
I
at all.
know.
It's scary lighting.
But
And that's a bonfire.
Because
right?
like we realise, or I realise, you can't, with the electric, you can get the timings and things so much better.
Yeah.
But with hand firing, just from a selfish point of view, the adrenaline and the experience is...
Well, that was the idea of the effigy. It used to be all manual lit. It was like one light.
Right,
Let
so
it
it would just be like you lit a fuse
Let one fuse.
with hand fired.
Yeah.
Wow.
Only one fuse, all on relays. There'd be a relay, so there'd be a loop of fireworks
Yeah,
going
just
around.
hope
And
that
then
it
you
burns through.
Chain them up. We used to put an emergency light on it. And when I took over, I started putting, I think Max had done it as well, but I used to put an emergency light on the second relay just in case it didn't flash
Just
over.
in case it blew out.
Because you'd have 2 runs, you'd have a circle of fireworks basically, then you've got 2 leaders going to the second relay and carry on like that.
And you join it together with the like the delays, the pyro
this
clocks.
is all used green fuse, all delayed.
Really?
And this will get edited out, of course. So
Bloody hell.
so it's all this like
I'm in awe right now. Keep talking, riggers.
It was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And of course, then you're panicking if it's going to go horribly wrong.
Did the crowd notice, do you think?
I don't
things go
think
wrong?
anybody notices.
You know, because when firework displays of like a section, when we done some, missed a big section, it just didn't fire. I don't know whether the crowd actually noticed or whether
I've never noticed
the
it.
trained
Sorry.
eye.
It just runs. It just runs a lot quicker. And obviously, when you're on the green, when you've got 3 relays, which was predominantly we always use 3 relays, and the last relay contained all the bangs, so you don't want that going early at all. And you light relay 1, and relay 1 fires, you go yes in the tail at the back, and then you hear a crack, and you look at the head, and you go, that's relay 3's just lit. What set that off?
Yeah.
Because there's
how's
nothing
that
there to
happened?
correct. So something's kicked somewhere, and you just go, this is going to get messy, because you think the bangs, because the head was quite small, you've got 2 bangs in the head. This is going to be right. I need to leave, but it went well. Everything just went off.
Yeah,
And the bangs didn't do that much damage as I expected, and then it ended up with just relay 2 going off, and like not really many bangs at the end. It's
Right,
like banged at the front and sort of.
Like it's nice to point out, or it's nice to sort of. I hope it makes people watching aware how much effort goes into an effigy, not just the artist side of it, but also the blowing up side of it, to the point that I didn't actually. I mean, I know like now our effigy crew are there all day, but it's the thought process of where you're placing the bangs. It's not just that we create something or the crew create something and the crew say, just do this and blow it up.
Yeah.
It's no, this has to go here, this has to go
and
there.
the involvement is from the beginning of the build.
Yeah. So when Mark Olroyd took over, did you do the fireworks for them as well?
Yeah, I said I took over from him about 91. I think Saddam was 90, and then Max stopped, I think, and then I think might have done one more. It was 92. Then I took over. They packed up. The Blackmans packed up.
Oh, you took over what, making the effigy?
Well, running the effigy.
I'm with you, and somebody else designed it.
Yeah, 92 was my first one on the green, which was Nigel Mansell.
Right,
Brian's favourite.
Brian's favourite one.
Yeah, it was a nice one. It was my favourite, not my favourite, but one of my favourites, because it was obviously my first one on my own. I mean, Hamish did come up and help a little bit, and it was like the first one where you're the sole responsible person.
Yeah. So when you lit them, riggers, you was behind the effigy.
No. Normally you'd have a on the side. The light would be on the side, or as they say, normally when they're like a bus shape, you've normally got the feet, so it's off the ground. You'd normally have the light underneath coming out, so you know where the lights were. And when we used to do them with Max and my ones, I used to know where the emergency light was, and I knew it would be in somewhere safe, so I could access it, so it wasn't anywhere near anything that was gonna.
So it was literally like a case of walking up to it.
Yeah,
like
lighting it,
that,
walking away, and just seeing what happened. And then
I never knew that.
And then if it didn't go in, because you know what was running, obviously you planned the fireworks, so you know they're going off. So what's got to go next? And then if you saw the gerb dying down where you got one of your links to it, you're going, go, please go, please go.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you'd hear a crack and you'd be sitting there going, yeah, and that's one started, it'd be fine. The problem was when you had the crack and nothing happened. And that was always the worry.
Did you ever have one that didn't blow up in terms of like it was most of it was left there?
No, I think so. Not
No,
I
'cause
can
I was
think of.
gonna
I think
say in all
most of
my
them
years, I
get
can't
obliterated
remember.
because it's a pretty much an enclosed
Yeah,
paper mache thing, and you try to burn as little of it as possible with the fireworks that are going off. You've got quite a good sort of like you're taking, as long as the bangs go off, you're taking lots of paper off,
yeah.
and it leaves them pretty destroyed.
Is it quite satisfying seeing them blown up, Riggers, after
yeah.
all the effort you've put in it? Didn't bother you?
No, I used to love it. That was part of it.
Yeah, that's what
just
yours-
sort of like the
that's-
buzz.
yeah,
I mean, if
yeah.
you wouldn't go and say, "Oh, don't ruin it," some people say,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, you want to keep this, you want to keep that." No, get it all blown up. The
Yeah.
idea is to blow as much of it up as
Is that
possible,
the
leave as
same as
little,
you had?
Yeah,
as little
definitely.
of it left as possible.
Yeah,
That's the idea
yeah.
of it. But
Like you didn't get like an attachment to it. It was like, oh, I don't.
No,
want
never. I always knew from the outset that it was going to get blown up, and that's fine. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
do like that you have like little souvenirs up at the Redneck
We tried to
Inn
collect them. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, Lawrence used to keep as many bits as possible up the farm as well. That's always a poignant place to go up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go up the barn there, and you've got Spitfires and bits of a nose, a bit of
Yeah,
a
I
hat or
can't
something.
remember.
All that.
yeah.
Someone come in the Redneck in the other day and went, "Is that off of one of the effigies?" I was like, "Yes, yes, it is."
Yeah. Yes, it is. That's why I don't actually keep any mementos of things.
We've still
like
got the
that.
traffic
Never-
light.
it's
We've got a
like-
traffic light at home.
I pulled a few of the badges off of the Guy Fawkes that we did, and I gave one of them to Lawrence because he couldn't make it to the bonfire that year, and I think I gave one to somebody else. I don't keep any of that.
No, it's nothing. It's like done. That's like that year done. Next year, please move on. And that's how you have to roll in this business.
Yeah,
I'm afraid
yeah.
that's what it's all about.
All right, that has been the best segment of this podcast ever.
What how to do things.
I just think
manually.
it's
Most of it we
fascinating. I
can't air
didn't
because
actually.
Yeah,
I didn't
most of it's,
realise.
yeah,
I'd never
unairable.
realised that that's what happened.
No.
I just always thought it was done electrically. For some
Yeah.
reason.
And it's same with all the Catherine wheels and all the bits. I mean, you used to
All
fire
done by
rockets all hand fired from the front. So there was no such thing as electrics. I mean,
'Cause-
there's a
well,
picture of me or Max by a box. I can't remember what the one it was we were firing, but that was the first dabble in the electrics, and that was in the 80s. They never did it again.
Yeah,
It's just
but
like-
on that,
This won't catch on.
in the
Yeah.
'92 YouTube battles procession, battle 1992, at the end is the firework display, but it's kind of like it was just like this one, like that one. It wasn't really a display. It was just like, just send them up,
think
send
we had-
this up. There was a few rockets here. There was this
I
and
think
that.
they had something like 50 tubes,
Right?
and there's like maximum 50 shells went up.
Yeah.
They'd have a couple of rocket racks out the front, which would be reloaded maybe
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
A waterfall, a load of candle batteries that they get on the Abbey battlements or wherever they could put them up there, and the Catherine wheels.
Did
That was
you
about
ever
it.
go up on the
Right.
battlements, Riggers?
I didn't know. Never
My
went.
dad claims that he did, or claimed that he did,
Right.
which I don't
Well,
know.
you can't paint him as a liar.
Well, I am.
Okay.
No, yeah.
You can
There
paint him as a liar.
But he claimed
Live
he
for
claimed that he
everybody.
did. But it was just when I think Brian said he never did,
Mm.
and I haven't asked.
remember going in
Ron, but-
before the Abbey entrance was built, 'cause that's obviously the steps used to be. Obviously, it just had the wooden fascias, didn't they, where the
Mm.
doors are? That's where obviously the effigy was always put on the steps in front
Yeah,
of there.
Dad
But
said,
obviously,
yeah,
then
Dad
they used to
said, oh,
go
we used-
behind there. Was just like it was just where all the pigeons crapped. Basically, it was
Yeah.
just guano city around the back, and it was disgusting. They were around there setting fireworks up in that.
When
most,
you
not
went to-
most of the mornings, it was only about 50, but.
Yeah.
When you was at away bonfires, Riggers, were their fireworks largely the same? Just not massive displays, or did they?
No, a lot of them were a lot bigger.
Right, so
Yeah,
Battle
that-
just had a small
Yeah, because
display.
we had nowhere to put anything.
Nowhere
did
to
we?
put it. It's a little bit like now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's difficult now because
But
where'd
it
you-
was
where'd you
literally
find
none.
from?
But you used to go to, Staple Cross was always a display. No,
Yeah, it's
as
like,
basically what it is now. Still in the same, in
like
the same
Rye.
vein.
Rye are a
Yeah.
bit like us, aren't they?
And,
I might be wrong. I don't think Rye have cakes. They just
no,
have
No,
shells.
they just have shells as well.
Yeah,
they are,
because obviously with the cakes you don't have the height,
Right.
so like with Battle, we need to get the height so that other people can see them.
Yeah,
There's only a few cakes that would be worthwhile putting around the back of the Abbey to let off.
Yeah, noisy ones.
Yeah, noisy ones preferably, because then that way it doesn't matter if you don't see them, you'll hear them.
Yeah.
That's always the motto, I think, with anything. I think most bonfire people will go, as long as it's noisy,
Yeah,
and you
it's
see
true.
the flashes, it doesn't matter what it looks like.
It does seem to be what people like.
A few whizzers.
I found myself saying that recently, like with displays. Oh, it was a bonfire display, and it sounds a bit stupid, but what I mean by it is noise, like the whistles.
Yeah,
really noisy.
Right. That's
you're playing to an audience.
Well,
Your audience is
I love. I think it was Cliff years ago that done it. I think Battle have them now, when they're just on like a rope and they just go bang, 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 bang. I absolutely love the noise rather than the visual effect.
The Mascaletta.
That's why I love the effigy.
Mascaletta ones. So unfortunately for you guys, you've got all the dull end of the bonfire. I've had the sort of
the live end,
the live end of it, literally in some cases.
Can you elaborate at all on the formation of the convicts? Any more than Dave did? He gave us a bit of a.
I actually can.
I can't really. Because to be perfectly honest with you, I've never liked the convict outfit.
Guy Fawkes exclusive.
I've never owned one.
Really, Riggers? Didn't know that.
Never owned one, and never likely to.
No.
I've ridiculed it.
Yeah.
By putting spangly arrows on one of my outfits. But apart from that, no.
Just not keen on it.
Never been keen on it.
No.
But the reasons are pretty much how Dave said. There was incidents in Rye. And going home with, again, empty coaches, not because Robert Monks had asked the coach to leave, but because they were all in the police station being held overnight. They used to drag us off the coach, or literally some people would step off the coach, bang, coppers jump on it, and then it would be been arrested. Oh, it's terrible.
So I asked the man himself.
The man who won't come on.
The elusive president.
Yeah.
Oh,
I asked him on yesterday morning, and what he said was, rather than it being just one, because I was getting the idea that it was one time Battle turned up to Rye, and like Riggers is shaking his head already, so he knows. Ronnie said it was a little bit like an accumulation of a lot of the time Battle were going to Rye, and this and that was happening. And Ronnie said what happened this particular year was that one of the members got off the coach, and actually, as soon as he stepped off the coach, he kicked a beer can. That's all he done, and the police nabbed him for it.
Right.
Got a feeling I know who that was.
Yeah,
as well.
And eventually, Ronnie said it was sort of from that point on, because he wasn't the only one. There was a couple of others, I think, that got arrested. I think he said.
Oh, there's.
Yeah,
and I was in the back of a police car trying to get into the police car because.
And so it was from there. So it was like it wasn't just it, but that was like the final straw. So
it was very heavy-handed. I mean, we used to go back with half a coach. I think there's a picture outside the FBI that I have, and I think there's only about half them people got back on the coach.
Wow.
A lot of them were just nicked. A lot of them were drunk and disorderly, probably, and were letting off fireworks. Because them days, you was just like a free-for-all for fireworks.
Yeah.
But I remember trying to drag him in, and then him just climbing out the side, over me out the other side. Like, this isn't working very well. And then he got arrested, and they took him to the cell. He had to spend there the overnight in Rye, and so they let one brother out and locked the other one up.
So then obviously from that point, it was Paul Edmonds, Badger, that, am I correct in saying he sort of fought up the convict?
It was predominantly outfit. Badger's idea, yes, I do believe.
And the convicts were born.
Yeah.
And that is why on the convict banner, I don't know if it's on the back, it says cons since Rye 1980? Yeah.
Because Rye stopped for a few years, didn't it? It stopped.
Did it?
Yeah, it ceased. I can't remember the end of the 80s sometimes, and then restarted in the early 90s.
Right.
Maybe about a 5-year period, maybe longer. I'm not sure. You have to check the history on that, but it stopped. I mean, we used to go with Cliff.
Yeah.
And Obviously, they ban battle, whatever they do. So the next year we'd go with Cliff.
Yeah.
Right.
We'd all win the Cliff ranks, and then they go, "Well, you're Cliffer banned, but Battle can come back." So next year, Cliff would all walk with Battle,
Yeah.
and that's how it just rocked to and from
And then
all the
hence
time.
the alliance was born.
Yeah.
And that's what I say. But that's how it used to be. We were thick as thieves then. I mean, it was just literally, well, you're banning. You can walk with us next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you? You don't have to say, but why don't you like the convict outfit?
I just don't. There's no rhyme or reason on it. Not for me.
It's just not for you. No, that's fair enough.
I think some of them are absolutely fantastic. I mean, I saw your jacket, I must say, at Hastings. It looked very good indeed.
Thank you.
But
Get that picture up right now.
It's not really a convict jacket. I just didn't really know what else to wear it with. I don't feel like I'm dressing up. Like Dave said, I'd wear that out. Well, I thought I wouldn't, but I wouldn't.
Controversially, I prefer my prison uniform to the convicts now.
Your prison guard.
Yeah, my prison guard uniform.
yes, it's a
I
good
really,
idea.
really enjoy wearing it. But I don't want to wear it to so many that I'm going to lose that enjoyment of wearing it. Do you know what I mean?
I think we're at risk of having too many, and I think it loses its sense
I
if
don't
there
think we could
are
have enough.
if there are no convicts.
Brilliant.
No, I think.
I mean, two of you would agree. Yeah.
I don't think you'll
I'm
ever get
indifferent
no
on that.
convicts.
But you both dress as convicts as well, really. So I'm as from the outside in it. I thought it was a very good idea, and if you could get about a dozen, maybe,
I do agree
maybe
with
dozen and a half.
I do see what you mean.
Do
Ed.
it all the time.
Yeah.
It'd be quite good at some if we could get the people to march properly. We
Yeah.
could flank it.
Yeah,
At some
it
of
would
the
look.
bigger
Yeah,
ones,
That,
it would be-
that would look good.
That's Ron's idea.
Yeah.
Is that the prison guards
Walk the convicts.
the convicts. That's the idea of it. It's just we're finding our feet at the moment.
Well, and like you say, you've got the groups that you walk with, and you don't want to be regimented. But again, you're putting on a performance.
I
aren't
think
you?
we should also have a van, have a little old paddy wagon, and those that don't comply, banged up, dragged out, banged up.
God,
What's wrong- what's wrong with
actually
that?
drive it through the procession.
Yeah, drive it behind. It'd
Keep
be
it in
sort of
low
like a
gear.
float.
Yeah.
Bring back the float, but it'd
Bring
be
back- yeah, put sticks of
bonfire
torches
paddy
on
wagon.
it.
Yeah, bonfire
I think
paddy
I'll
wagon.
chuck
And
that
if you,
card on the floor.
That is, most ideas that have come out of the podcast are going to come to fruition, and I think that is going to be one of them. Podcast exclusive. I might have secured the bells.
I know you said today.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
You said I'm really impressed with
Well, I
this.
got an email back, and I'm taking that as it's going ahead.
Yeah, all right,
So
that's
yeah,
I'm really quite happy about that because
Yeah.
I quite like the church bells.
yeah, it's big stuff.
First thing in the morning, wake everybody up,
Yeah.
buy all bangs.
Yeah, when maroon goes, bells start ringing.
I think the bells
that
they
pushing it?
traditionally start at 10.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
bells
yeah,
in
yeah.
the procession.
Yeah, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
I think I was the first one to do the bangs in the morning.
Oh really?
Yes, no, because we didn't used to have it. But it's obviously when you get involved in fireworks more. No, I don't think the fire builders were there too early, but we used to go up. The groupers who'd been in the effigy, you get all the leftovers.
Fun fact.
All the leftovers used to go up on the high pavement behind the abbey, opposite the club. We sit up there.
It's
You
quite
get
a fun
some
fact
bangs
that
going up from there.
me
Nice.
and Luke, we never actually know whether we will be doing one until maybe a day or two before. And then you sort of get the nod and it's like, oh, because it like Bill does it as well. And it's like it's a nice little nod to perhaps it's our time in the crew. And, but I generally, it's one of them things. It's nice to do it, but at the same time, staying in bed's quite nice as well.
Yeah.
I don't
just
hear it.
went
I'm always in bed.
I mean,
Well,
we
you
obviously
never hear it, not even our one.
No. Well, I wouldn't know which one I hear if I did hear it, but
Well, you must. Well, you're closer to us.
well, yeah.
They-
If I heard it, well, I'm not up.
you normally you
6
can
in the
hear them. They
morning.
don't. From my bedroom, they all pretty much. You get the idea of maybe the furthest one, but the others are because it reverberates around the town.
So-
You don't really get an
I think
idea
this
where they're
can
coming
be
from.
left in the pod for the first time ever. Last year, our one's gone off. It's gone bang, and we're destination and
Probably won't get left in.
no, but
No,
you
said
never know.
that.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes, isn't it? Sometimes the last thing you expect 6 o'clock in the morning.
Anyway,
You're touching on your illustrious cricket career, Riggers. After the annual game with BBB versus BCC, you've been poached.
I have, yes. I've now succumbed and joined Battle Cricket Club, so I now play for the seconds predominantly, although I have been put into the firsts occasionally. Not because I can play, it's just because mostly I can drive and sort of get to the further afield meetings,
Yeah.
it appears to be. But
It's quite a nice thing to come out of the annual game that we never win.
It's been a laugh. I do enjoy it. Mate. I didn't think I'd enjoy it because obviously just playing a game once a year, bit of a laugh. No pressure, no fun. So all of a sudden saying, "Oh, you need to get whites, you need to play, you've got to
Every
get your own
week.
gear," and can you play sort of 7-8 weeks running in the summer?
Next year, Riggers, who will you be lining up for? On which side?
Well, it'll be the Bonfire Society. Sorry, I'm loyalties now. There's no chance. I played this year for the Bonfire Society. I will not be playing for the cricket club.
Do we have a chance at winning?
I think we're getting there. Last year proved a point. I think we're too generous. We could have put a few more people in that could play, like myself a little bit, that could have gone in a bit earlier, and I didn't get to bat, for example. That we might have got a chance of winning. We've become very close. Matt bowls really well. Mr. Chairman.
It doesn't
Turns up bowls.
Paul Skilbeck.
Paul Skilbeck was also poached.
But isn't he he heads up the cricket team now? Our cricket team.
Yes, he's
Team captain.
he's sort of team captain, and he uses me as vice because he's sort of I'm with the cricket club more than he is, and so we sort of do it together. But I let him take all the glory. I've never been a glory boy, though I do have a badge. I think made by Matt's dad.
Really?
Yeah, he used to make the badges into the Glory Boys badge.
Yeah, Ronnie asked me to make one, but I don't like making ones that have already been made.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it, but I don't want to upset anyone.
Yeah, he used to call us Glory Boys. Our president did.
I thought you made them.
Maybe I did. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I do like upsetting people.
Just I thought I've got one. No, maybe I haven't.
Maybe you haven't got a Glory
I
Boys
think we better
badge.
get onto the quick fire questions, Ed.
Ooh,
Okay.
blimey.
Let me just check I haven't got the others. I have got one question, Riggers. As a long-term member, I asked this to Brian as well. As a long-term member, do you have any advice for new members coming into the society?
I think most people say it. Rock up, get to a meeting. Helpful if you know somebody, because it is very daunting. I had that. It was very daunting to go to my first meeting, not on your own, but even with people you know, to get sort of proposed and that. But once you really want to get to know people for that proposing and seconding bit, really. So just turn up and you're accepted like that. And I don't know anybody that's been sort of looked at, frowned upon, saying, "Oh, do we want them?" They just
go,
as long as you're willing to come in and do something, pay your membership's normally a good thing, because that's better than nothing.
Best fundraiser, isn't it?
Yeah, best fundraiser. It's you sign up every year. It's £15 for.
It's 20 now.
No, it's 20 now.
Well, you might owe us a fiver.
Oh, rats. Uh-oh.
Soon you won't have to pay at all.
But I'll be a live member, hopefully.
Right, quick fire. Your favourite away bonfire?
Oh, that would have to be Rye. I won't go into many reasons, but obviously the 80s and 90s normally
Just
we'll
nostalgia.
go for that one. It used to be such a laugh, actually, like the coach. And then, because Lewis used to come back to battle a lot as well, especially after Staple Cross. Cliff used to come back. So, yes, I think just for that alone, it wins hands down.
Your favourite costume?
Well, it's obviously not the convict. For me, obviously, because it's battle, I'm going to go for the Saxons.
Yeah.
I actually love the Saxons because it's your home team.
Yeah.
There's a few away ones that are quite nice, but I'm not going to bother mentioning them.
Fair play. Bonfire or fireworks?
Bonfire night, not firework night.
That is true. Your favourite effigy? It's probably a tough one for you.
It's got to be the Saddam Hussein one.
Yeah.
And obviously then if you go for my own one, it will be obviously Nigel Mansell. So
I'll let you have two. I'll let other people have twos. Favourite banner?
That'll got to be one of the old, the red or the green shield battle ones. Being an old boy, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Favourite badge?
I do like the old tin badges. There's one on here somewhere. One of the old style tin badges, but the pin ones, not the class ones.
Yeah.
And the old ones, but it'd be an enamel one. Normally the shield ones normally just edge it for me rather than the round ones.
Yeah.
We had the round ones; they were nice. Obviously, had more of them, but the shield ones then took it to another level. So
There's a nice oval one. I think Dave Wilson gave me. It's got a yellow border, red
Yeah,
in
I've got
middle
it
with
at
a
home,
Guy
yeah.
Fawkes in the middle.
But like I say, not being an overly badge person, although I tend to give
There's,
all mine away.
Right.
I'll
I
probably have to.
think Pete Claridge has got practically all my badges from
So
Robertsbridge.
you give them away because other people don't. They look like they haven't got any.
they
or-
know. And because I was a member of a few societies at the time, we're obviously setting up Robertsbridge, so I was part of Robertsbridge, always helping out here, there, and everywhere with that. And he loved badges, and so he used to obviously the ones he couldn't get, which some of the older ones I could get.
Right.
So my collection of badges is somebody else's collection of badges,
That's
really.
nice
So
though.
Yeah.
it doesn't let me see them.
Your favourite fundraiser to be a part of?
The 10K's a laugh. I must say the 10K does sort of float a few boats for that one.
Yeah.
I get involved more, like doing the road closure. More
Yeah.
happy to put myself out for that. And it's a big fundraiser as well.
It's a big
Although,
one,
like
yeah.
you say, you go up for the Bonanza, Fate, Worth and Death, whatever it used to be called.
That name.
It is a brilliant name.
Yeah, Fate, Worth and Death.
Is there a role you'd like to try within the society that you haven't already?
No, I don't aspire to be chairman, vice chairman, health and safety, or secretary. I've done a few of the little roles on and off. I think I was vice secretary, but not named for a few meetings when they were desperate.
Yeah.
And obviously I was the firework captain as such for a while. It was a very small show then, so it's a little bit easier. When we went to the field, it's like far too much for one person to handle in my eyes. So
Yeah.
me and Ronnie did it then, and then I decided to quit. I've had enough of this game.
Fair enough.
Go back. Well, we went back on the green.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
obviously I was doing the ground display,
And
and
was
then there was no ground display.
No.
Yeah.
Matt was doing the effigy. I couldn't kick him back off of that. And he was doing a much better job, in my opinion, than I was, and he was going more forward with it. So I thought, well, it's time to really just
take a step back,
take a step back and enjoy it. So
Yeah.
they just dumped me with the crackers.
which is your job to this
Which
day.
is technically
Riggers.
my job to the day.
It is
Obviously, I do go in. I did get back in to help Ollie out. Obviously, when he took over, I did sort of mentor him for a little while just to help him out, being the new kid on the block, and that he obviously didn't have any of the confidence a little bit. So I thought, well, I'll go and help him out for a while, stand beside him if it needs be, and be that old-looking guy next to the bloke that knows what he's talking about.
That's the important thing about young members like coming up thinking I don't know anything. It's like you don't need to know anything.
No.
There are people that have been in the society like yourself for a good period of time that can help you and are happy to do that. So people don't
I've
worry
done
about
pretty
it.
much, like I say, I don't think there's anything I haven't done for the bonfire society. Let's say faggot making, tick.
Yeah.
Torches, tick. Build fire, tick. Go and pick up the sladwood, tick. Go and load the fire faggots and drive the lorry with the faggots on, tick.
Yeah.
Build an effigy, do fire. I think well, there's not many more things I haven't done. Apart from maybe clear up on the Sunday, which I'm quite prone to missing.
Life membership.
I think
here we
you've done
come.
enough. Yeah. Abbey Green or Battlefield?
Oh, green.
Yeah.
Why?
It's
Why?
It's
Sorry.
the overwhelming
No
answer.
contest.
Yeah.
No contest.
I think
No
only one
contest.
person has voted Battlefield.
No, Min voted Battlefield.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it is a good site. I mean, people didn't like it. I liked it. It's just, for me, it was just too much work.
Right. Yeah.
And like they said before, you've got more protection to do because it's a heritage site. And of course, all of a sudden, from going to doing just an effigy, which was predominantly ready to go before you turned up, but then having to do £2,500 worth of ground show, which I'd never done before. So
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah.
well, this is going to be interesting. And then sort of like going, oh, this is quite fun, this is.
Yeah.
And then sort of just carrying on with that. And then obviously when that stopped, I've gone back into shells, which quite nice. But the cakes are nicer still. I still prefer cakes. I'm a cake man, I'm afraid, sorry.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can go into more depth on a firework special, one of these episodes. We can get into all that firework talk. So last question is Member of the Year.
There's so many names that are in there sometimes, and people have said names that you think, oh yeah, I forgot about them. They should be there. But just to be different and be a bit selfish, I'm going to put Ollie up for it.
Yeah, no, completely
Absolutely.
valid.
I mean, as I think David said in his one, there's every member has done their bit, but like all of them, the fundraiser and the health and safety are the two big ones that you would normally chuck in, but everybody's going for them. So I've sort of gone, well, I'm going to give Ollie a shout on this one because I mean, he started like for obviously the Plymouth show, and then any other fundraisers you're getting going that he's doing. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work,
and like all of them are. So he hasn't been shouted up. So I'm
fair play.
We don't shout out the firework crew enough. All the fire crew. I mean, all of our hard-working volunteers. I mean, the easiest job in bonfire is probably what we're doing.
Yeah, sitting in front of a microphone and a camera.
But we're
asking
platforming
people questions. Yeah, it is a very good point when you say we don't shout them out enough. I mean, they do. All of them are wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, they pretty much now raise enough money to put the show on, don't they? Just the fireworks show.
Yeah.
And obviously the rest of the fundraising puts the event on.
Yeah.
So basically the firework crew are self-funding to a point now where you're not reliant on the fundraising team to go out and get £5,000, for example, for the fireworks.
Yeah, which is lucky because everything's getting more expensive, isn't it?
Well, the costs are just terrible now. So, hey-ho.
I said final question for that one, but I always forget this one. Fondest bonfire memory?
Oh, well, I think the first walk down the high street in the Saxon outfit is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And if you can get near the front.
Yeah. You'd have been young then, I'm guessing, Riggers, I think that's great, Riggers.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for coming on. It's been good.
Absolutely. This will be, hopefully, as I say, we'll be building up now to the bonfire.
Do a livey on the day.
Yeah, we did say that, but
well, we could do a live, but it would just be over the radios. To the people that have radios, they could just listen on one channel to the live Guy Talks.
Yeah, podcast.
And everyone on the other channel would be all the health and safety
fire
stuff.
Crew are building the fire.
We wouldn't be
us,
anywhere near each other,
and they're and we're getting pelters from them. Come on, do something productive.
You couldn't film it, could you? Because it would be a waste of time.
We're Facebook Live.
You haven't done anything.
Live. Yeah.
Haven't done anything. Build the fire.
Come
or do
to the
something.
Abbey Green and get your autographs right now.
As long as you can do.
Excellent, Riggers.
Thank you.
As always, like and subscribe and leave your fondest memory in the comments. We've got badges, posters, which we can sign if you're that sad, and other stuff, other bonfire merchandise to give away.
If you're that sad.
Well, there's a few stalkers out there who want them.
Hopefully.
Well done, Riggers.